Hi Aries, welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Aries Sun Moon Rising. Welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with an Aries. The message could be for you. Feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind, these are general and timeless readings. Everything you need to access is down below in my description box, which is my website link, Instagram handle, all that good stuff is located down below. Okay. And thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for all the ways you've been here in support of the channel. Let's dive into the message. Okay, wow. We have the one. Interesting. I'm not totally sure. This is the first card that's coming out. The orphan, and it's kind of like nah. And we have the one in the environment. I don't know if you guys resonate with that whole chosen one stuff. I'm not saying I don't believe in it. I just never really talk about it like that because I don't know what to think. Okay, so we have the mentor. A mentor in the environment, and then we also have behind it like inner knowing, mystic truths, but that's in the upside down, and then we have the vessel, which can talk about just personal development, you know, people that are offering advice. But this is like in the external environment, like a person, like a mentor in the reverse. Maybe someone, this is about like a mentor giving advice about something. We have the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So it could be money advancement. There's a mentor here that's, I don't know what to think about that. Okay, we have the Hanged Man in reverse and then the Death card in reverse. So that's Pluto energy, but we also have Pisces. And, okay. Let me see. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna take that situation. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Four of Swords. Okay. Five of Pentacles, how appropriate. There's the orphan. There's a blockage there, something about rejection, abandonment, stuff like that. And we have the Six of Cups reverse. Okay. There's your energy. There's the Emperor. And then we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Nice. Okay. It feels like you could have some not so good memories about the past. Six of Cups reverse. You could, but I'm getting this Hanged Man reverse could be a person that's having a perspective shift. And this might change someone's approach toward you. Or, you know, Hanged Man in reverse is someone that can be in a holding pattern. And some situation will evolve or change until like things are seen in a different light. So you look like you're in the upright per usual. Maybe you're a mentor, who knows? But you could be this person that's like you're delegating, or you could be taking control over your life right now. Like you're in this empowered seat, you make decisions. It's good stuff like that. There's a person that's recently shifted that there's been a change with. And then we also have the Death card in reverse. Pluto retrograde. So it's a power dynamic as always. Three of Swords could have been feeling betrayed or wounded, or there could have been someone that you were dealing with, because this is the foundation of it. Look at this, okay? There's a person that's healing themselves with the vessel, and then we have this inner knowing mystic truths, like you could be mentoring people, but that looks like in the external environment. At the core of something, we have the orphan, which is like, I don't know if you felt someone had rejected you, but I don't think it was intentional. I think something came up, and what is this about? A lot of money for, hold on. Let me see what this is talking about. Because there's like a similar thing with the orphan and the Five of Pentacles in the one, almost like, yeah, chosen one. I never say that in my readings, but it's like the one. The one. It's nothing like this. It's, I always call that my Neo Matrix card. It's like a person that got left out so much in their life, or felt, this can be a scapegoat in a dynamic that gets rejected a lot and gets a lot projected at them. And so that this person had to go along a path. This could be you, that you had to go along some kind of path because you've got some kind of similar energy that's going on. Like the orphan and the Five of Pentacles are so freaking similar. And there could be something there about where you just haven't felt like you fit into particular dynamics or in with certain people. Whatever that is about, because it could just be the position that you grew up in, that now sometimes you just subtly attract those things, because it's like being involved in certain dynamics could always bring up these emotions of feeling different, or feeling like you don't quite fit in. And something interesting is going on around the foundation of that, because it could be in some interesting way that you're healing yourself through that. And sometimes when you go through that in life, through that process, through that path, you can want to be connected with people on an unconscious level that will almost counteract that feeling, like, you know, being with the cool kids, you know, like it's something interesting around this core thing that drives a lot of your decision making, and even the where you're in alignment or not with your life and yourself, which looks like you are really, I mean, holy crap, the Emperor, especially in the thoughts, is like, you're really empowered, or you just take control over situations. Like, you're good at delegating, and you're good at leading, and you're good at doing things correctly and doing things right. And there's a person that you could have been dealing with that maybe could have had a recent perspective shift about how you came in and handled a situation, and also about this thing, this Three of Swords, like, which is pain and division, fragmented energy. You and someone else might have this in common, unknowingly or knowingly. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, like how it's like two sides of this energy, because you might experience someone in your environment that wants to give advice, but I'm getting like the path that you took was very different from someone else, but it got you aligned with yourself, that you're on path, like because you're sitting in this position that could have taken a lot of work and a lot of effort to get there, but that's why it's really stable. And your energy is very, because internally you went through this archetypal development, you know, through all the challenges that you faced, and through continuing to feel misunderstood, or people didn't quite understand you. And if someone in your environment, you're aware that they're trying to give you advice or something like that, it's like you could feel it's not resonating with you, that your own internal guidance system is saying something else. Because I wonder if you're thinking someone else didn't take their path, or like something about what you're attracting at this time is like, whoa, how fascinating. It's like the scapegoat golden child situation playing out in a really trippy way with the Pluto card in the center, because it talks about power, which it is, you are in your power. But if this is like a parent or something like that, because it's someone that you is like appears to be elevated in some way, but you had to do a lot to and go through a lot to just go your own path and really get connected with you and yourself on a deeper level. And what could be playing out in a really interesting way is someone giving advice, but what? So let me talk about it in this way, because the actual definition of this card talks about a mentor that's really good at looking at the person that they're dealing with and finding and activating, saying whatever to create change and development within another person. Yeah. So this can even say, mentors know how to deal with a multitude of different personality types, knows how to kind of like the words that you say, you always have to recognize how this approach works with this person, but that same approach doesn't really quite work with this type of person. And there's something going on like in a really fascinating way about this. I'm also getting there's a person here that dealt with some kind of mentor themselves, either a parent or a mentor that was really abusive and could have done something kind of traumatizing. And so sometimes this person kind of reverts into this aspect, because there's this Three of Swords, like I talked about. It can talk about fragmentations, and there's something here where, yeah, you're gonna see it, that someone's gonna change their approach, or there's gonna be like interesting shifts in dynamics that you see, and maybe it will change trajectories, or maybe it will, like, something about that will be significant. Ten of Wands reverse. You could be being released from a burden. Something is, there's someone in your environment that's dealing with burnout or something like that. Maybe that's just in general the thing that you're dealing with, but Ten of Wands reverse is like releasing a burden. Maybe it's guilt. Huh. This is like really interesting though. Oh, the shadow. See? An unconditional love. So that's also a thing that's going to play out in some kind of situation, because okay, so there's a person that's going to be looked at. See this unconditional love? So there's this controlling aspect that's taking place in the environment, Because we've got this whole situation that's playing out. And I'm sure you guys will know how to approach it. Or this can be shifting into like a different side to motivate change. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, yes. Okay, so there's this shadow thing that's kind of like hovering over a person here that's trying to work on themselves, and Vessel is all about health, body, stuff like that, and there's the shadow thing. And during, hold on. Excuse me. Whew, that was dramatic. Okay, so there's something that's going to come up during this process, because there's this book, and I read this freaking years ago. I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago. It's a book called The Body Keeps the Score. And it's this really fascinating book that talks about how trauma is stored in the cells. It was written by I want to say a psychologist, but he was dealing with a lot of like war veterans and people with PTSD, and he was talking about, it's a very fascinating book. I would actually highly recommend reading it, because it's one of those books that will make you cry but heal you at the same time. And it talks about this particular point in the process where people can almost act like an atom. And bear with me for a second, because when it comes to atomic structure, which your body is made up of about, 7 times 10 to the 27th atoms. So you have these electrons that absorb photons of light, and then they move up in orbit, and then they go back down. They spit out energy, and it comes out in the environment, and then they go back down in orbit. And this is just like a continuing process that happens. And I believe it is also connected to and correlated to human healing processes, specifically if something is ultra traumatizing, because something can feel like self-sabotage or self-abandonment, which does happen. I don't know why, but it's almost like something that goes on, I think, in the cellular structure. If something damaging happens enough to the psyche, if it's significantly damaging, then that can come up as this shadow aspect. And then there's this thing about unconditional love that I think will come up to the surface in an interesting way, because it's like, this could be about loving someone at their worst. Oh, that's so crazy. Yeah, because there's something here about humans just go through phases, right? Like that. Sometimes you can be in this higher elevation energy, but then it can seem like a 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, where you go back down in process. And I feel like that's something about the healing process that happens until something officially sets in. Maybe a person feels safe enough, or a person experiences this unconditional love, that they're even loved at their worst, loved it when they're not at this place of perfection, whatever that looks like. It could be in body, or, insecurities that come up to the surface, but these are deep ingrained psychological things, like really, really deep stuff. But that's how this one energy is truly developed, is like, I guess if you have the capacity to really invest or stay interconnected to someone if they're at their worst. Shoman, that is super deep stuff. Okay, let me dive into the extended. If you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, see it over there. But Aries, if this is where we leave things, sending you so much love, wishing you all the very best. See you in the next reading. Take care.